Hey, what's going on? It's LTC Mints here coming at you with a brand new video going over the stock market that we could possibly take advantage of since it's rallying pretty well right now as the presidential election has now officially been determined in the United States. And I want to go over my opinion over what is that we could take advantage of that can actually help us grow our portfolios, not just the portfolio value, but also dividend as well. But before I get to this video, you should take a time out to read the disclaimer again in this video to understand what's going on the channel at all times. If you did not do that, please go back and do so that we're on the same page. So that says, get to this video. First things first, Bitcoin. I did a video saying that you may want to take a look at these Bitcoin ETFs, right? Whether there's just the Bitcoin growth ETFs, or you can get into both, the ones that pay out dividends as well as growth. So me, I am with BITO, or the ProShares Bitcoin ETF, which is the first ETF that was launched in the stock market back in 2021. And so you look at the price of BITO right now, which I own over 9 shares of, currently 9.6 shares of right now. Let's go ahead and bring up BITO here. So it's going for right now $20.67 per share. And you can see my average buy-in is at $18.20. Okay, so I was able to buy another share. They already had their ex-dividend date happen already. And speaking of that, let's go over here to the dividend history, and you can see this pan out over 99 cents per share for the month for this month of November. Okay, so this right here is great because when you look at what it did last year, it only paid over 14 cents. And then in December, it paid out twice last year. So over 12 cents at the beginning of the month and over 14 cents at the end of December of last year. Okay, so we'll see if we're able to get bigger increases going forward right here at the end of this year. Especially with Bitcoin doing what it's doing itself. Okay, not just the ETF price, but the Bitcoin cryptocurrency as well. Okay, let's take a look at the chart real quick, and we're gonna go to. Let's go to the monthly one. So it's almost back up to where it had initially started at. When you look at it, it got to a max of $25.52. So right now it's at $20.67. It's not that far away from recovering everything it had lost since it launched, but it launched during the time when Bitcoin was on a bearish trend. Because Bitcoin got up to an all-time high of over $69,000, and then it went all the way back down to like $15,000, $16,000. And now it's been on a massive run since early last year. So when you see this right here, this is going back to January of last year. You can see how it's been, Bitcoin has just been rallying. This ETF anyway. Okay, so this right here is an opportunity for you to grow your portfolio value as well as get some dividend returns on a monthly basis, because this is a monthly paying dividend ETF. So the ticker for this is BITO, BITO. And so when you look at the Bitcoin chart itself, and like I said, when you change this over to like the monthly one, and Bitcoin is already at new all-time highs. So you see right here, the current candlestick is all the way up here, higher than it's ever been. All right, but you go back into let's say this right here is the January of last year. Look at Bitcoin going on this massive run, and it had reached new all-time highs earlier this year after the announcement that the SEC is going to allow more ETFs to be traded on the stock market, like BlackRock, Vanguard, VanEck, and the list goes on, right? So once the SEC gave the go-ahead for that, then we've been on a massive run ever since then. Now, we went on a massive run earlier in the year, got to new all-time highs, and then it pretty much went down and went sideways, and now we've been on another run for the last 3 months. And then at the presidential election, it just shot up again, okay, to new all-time highs, and it keeps on climbing up higher and higher. So you come back over to the 1 hour chart, you can see right now it's going sideways, and we got up to new all-time high yesterday, and it's trying to get up even higher pretty soon. It could get up to a price of $100,000 per coin before the inauguration in January, possibly, but there's no guarantee on that. But this is something that you can take advantage of because the ETFs are following the price movement for the most part of what the Bitcoin cryptocurrency itself is doing. All right. And now the difference is, of course, With the ETF, it's only traded during the trading days, Monday through Friday, excluding holidays, right? And then the cryptocurrency is traded 24/7. Cryptocurrency does not sleep. It's 24/7 traded market, okay? Stock market, 24/5 for the most part, all right? So that right there is something that you want to look into. And when you look at this information right here, yesterday, ETF flows around 17,990 Bitcoin and 29,270 Ethereum were bought on November the 7th. Bitcoin ETF saw $1.3 billion in net inflows, and Ethereum ETF saw $79.7 million in net inflows. All right. The only reason why I don't have an Ethereum ETF because there isn't an ETF right now with that's Ethereum based that pays out dividends. Now you can take advantage of the growth opportunity, absolutely. But I'm mainly focused on dividend growth ETFs and stocks and REITs and everything right now. All right. So now speaking of REITs, in my portfolio, I actually own 3. So I'm in Realty Income. I am in, let's go up here. I'm in Global Net Lease Incorporated and Host Hotels. Okay. So when you look at Realty Income, out of the holdings I have, this is the most expensive one. And it's been on pretty much a downtrend ever since the election date and everything like that. And also the interest rates being cut in the United States, which was another announcement. Let me see if I can find that real quick. Right here. So breaking, U.S. Federal Reserve cuts interest rates by 25 base points. This is the second interest rate cut in 4 years. So they already cut interest rates earlier this year, and then they just cut interest rates again yesterday. Okay, so that right there bodes well for REITs. So and I'm gonna get to that point in a moment, but this right here is a monthly paying dividend REIT, Realty Income, if you're not familiar with that. And then when you go back here to my portfolio, I got GNL and HST. Both of these are quarterly paying dividend REITs, but when you look at them, GNL is going for less than $8 right now. Okay, and then when you go back over here, let's go to Host Hotels. That's going for right now exactly $18 right now per share for Host Hotels. And you can look at the portfolios, what the properties they pretty much manage, and what companies are paying lease, rent, or whatever you call it, back to these REITs, right? And so why is it good to consider a REIT, especially now? So with the interest rates being cut twice this year, lower interest rates can help real estate investment trusts or REITs in several ways. Reduce borrowing costs, lower interest rates makes it cheaper for REITs to borrow money, which can help them refinance debt, expand, and develop new properties. Increase profitability. Lower interest rate expenses can increase REIT profitability, which is a good thing because then the more profitability or more profitable they are, the more that we get paid out in dividends, right? That's what we're hoping for. So higher dividend yields. REITs can generate higher dividend yields than lower risk fixed income securities, which can be more appealing when interest rates are potentially declining. Stabilized asset values. As interest rates fall, asset values typically rise. This can be especially beneficial for office REITs, which have been negatively impacted by higher interest rates. And so REITs often have more debt than other types of companies because they buy real estate. But like I said, with the interest rate cuts happening twice this year, and this should go very well for all of us that own REITs, and hopefully it can also increase the dividend returns in due time. So we're not looking for instant turnaround. It takes time for things like that to happen, but that's what we're hoping for sometime next year to start getting paid out higher dividends at the same time, and potentially seeing the growth of the REITs overall for our portfolio value. Okay, so that right there wraps up what I wanted to talk about in this edition of my portfolio and what it is that I'm thinking about and how I feel about the future of certain ETFs and REITs. So I'm not saying all REITs are going to be performing well or anything like that, but it's a good chance. It just depends on the REIT itself, what their debt is, how profitable they are, and everything like that. And so you want to do your research into those things before you make any type of investment. And but it's an opportunity right here for us to take advantage of, and don't know what the future may bring. Right now they could cut interest rates this year, then next year they could be increasing interest rates again. Who knows? But we just gotta play it, day by day, week by week, month by month, and year by year. That's all we can do. Okay. So that right there is all to say. If you like what you heard us off, please like, subscribe to the channel. Also, feel free to share this video with other people. If you're interested in joining Webull, I have my links down in the description of this video as well as in the comment section. So if you don't have a Webull account, and you want to get with Webull, you can have a minimum investment of $5 to buy any share. Okay. Also, you don't have to get a Webull account. You can get any other broker account that you want to, that you feel more comfortable with. All right. So thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time in this video. Take care, everyone.